doing a full face of drugstore dupes. The new Morphe Cloud Light finishing powders are a dupe for the Hourglass ambient lighting powder. You would use this anywhere you want to blur, filter, and add a little bit of glow to your skin. Sorry, I guess we have another Hourglass dupe, but the Revlon Skin Lights bronzer is a dupe for the Hourglass bronzer. Both bronzers are a beautiful glowy bronzer with a buildable pigment. I feel like it leaves like this really beautiful filtered looking glow to the cheek, which is exactly what my Hourglass bronzer does. Juvia's Place Blush Volume 4, specifically this shade, is a dupe for the Dior blush. They look very similar on the skin, this beautiful cool tone pink shade. I feel like the formulas are also kind of similar. Like this isn't really that pigmented at first. You kind of have to build it up, which is exactly what you have to do with the Dior one. And the L'Oreal Infallible Highlighter is a dupe for the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. Some of these dupes in this video that I'm showing are like very similar, like not the exact same thing, but the closest thing I found at the drugstore. But this is identical. Like you can't tell me that doesn't look exactly like the Benefit Cookie Highlighter, but it's like half the price. Makeup Revolution True Icon Palette is a dupe for the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2. It has two creams, the same shimmers, and the same matte shade. I've compared them side by side before, and honestly, they looked very, very similar. Like you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I mean, the Patrick Ta formula is a little bit easier to blend, but the Makeup Revolution one is still pretty good. The shimmers in this palette are also really pretty. Look at that. L'Oreal Lash Paradise Waterproof Mascara is a dupe for the YSL Lash Clash Waterproof Mascara. The YSL Lash Clash Mascara was my favorite mascara for a very long time, but the day that I found this L'Oreal dupe changed my life. I'm convinced these formulas are identical. I mean, they're both owned by L'Oreal, so they very well might be. L'Oreal 3-Second Setting Mist, which is a dupe for the One Size Setting Spray. Both literally feel like hairspray. It will actually make your makeup waterproof. The Hard Candy Lip Blur is a dupe for the Rhode Lip Shape. Very similar in terms of both being super creamy, just gliding onto the lips, and they also have like that very blurring formula. The shade Adore, and it definitely reminds me of the shade Press from Rhode. However, these are definitely more pigmented, which isn't a bad thing. It's definitely personal preference. Some might like that better, but it just takes a little bit more effort to apply. Once it's all blended out, it does blur the edges of the lips, and it looks very similar to Rhode. We have the Revlon Luster Shine Gloss Bomb, which is a dupe for the YSL Candy Glaze. Shades are even the same too. They're both in the shade 02, and they're like this clear, almost pink shade. Both are just this really beautiful, shiny, glossy, hydrating balm. I'm obsessed with these. I talk about these all the time. And here's our finished makeup look. What do we think?